Hi bro, welcome to What's Going on Japan. This is Morita. I'm from Japan. I've been living in Japan for many years. I'm 100% of Japanese. In this channel, I will introduce various kinds of Japanese culture. I'm a guide I will lead you to better understanding of Japan. Okay, let's get started. Today's topic is Hyakunin Issue. Hyakunin Issue is a classical Japanese anthology of 100 Japanese waka by 100 poets in the 13th century. Many poets depict the Japanese sense of beauty in this anthology. But what is the characteristic of Hyakunin Issue? Why so important in Japanese history? How did they influence Japanese society? Today, I'm going to answer these questions. The Hyakunin Issue is a set of waka poems selected by Fujiwara and Teika in the 13th century in Japan, a court nobleman active from the late Heian period to the early Kamakura period. A waka is a poem composed of 31 characters, 57577, that describes a season, a thought, a beautiful scenery, or a love. In the Hyakunin Issue, there are 100 poems written by 100 poets, each of whom wrote about nature, such as mountains, sky, clouds, moon, rivers, and oceans, about the 4 seasons of Japan, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, and about the pain of not seeing each other, in love and the sadness of parting. The compiler of the Hyakunin Issue was a man named Fujiwara Teika. He was a poet who lived during the transition from the Heian to the Kamakura period. He was sensitive to the changing trends of the times, from the aristocracy to the samurai government. At that time, there was a rebellion by the emperor against the rising power of the samurai Kamakura shogunate. This was the so-called Jokyo Rebellion. The person involved in the Jokyo Rebellion was Emperor Juntoku, the last poet of the Hyakunin Issue. In other words, the Hyakunin Issue is composed from Emperor Tenchi, the beginning of the Heian dynasty, to Emperor Juntoku, the end of the dynasty. In the Jokyo Rebellion, few soldiers gathered on the emperor's side. This was the reason why the emperor's centripetal force had been weakened. Fujiwara Teika was watching the authority of Heian dynasty decline before his eyes, so there is an aspect of requiem, so to speak. There are 2 characteristics of waka poetry that flourished during the Heian period. One is the beauty of the margins. This is a technique in which the author does not explain everything, but only hints at what he thought or felt, or why he composed the waka poem. Through this kind of expression, the aristocrats were searching for a far-fetched or fashionable way to express themselves. Another characteristic of waka poetry is that it focuses on the movement of the heart. Waka poems depict many feelings such as loneliness, restlessness, and sadness in one's heart. This is a point that is also common in the current Japanese culture, but there is a place that treats sentiments with greater importance. Basically, there is a lot of looking back to the past. This attitude of looking back to the past and the communication style of not saying everything and living up to the other person's interpretation may have something in common with the current Japanese outlook on life and communication style. The Hyakunin Issue has distinctive rhetorical techniques. The first is a kakekotoba. This is a technique that uses homonymy to give a word 2 or more meanings. For example, the English words night and night have the same pronunciation, that is kakekotoba. Another example is the use of makurakotoba, are words that are used in such a way that they are always followed by a specific word. For example, if the word ashihikino is used, a certain rule is established so that the specific word mountain follows. This has the effect of enriching the expression by using a pattern that follows a certain word. It's like freedom and democracy pops up United States of America. In our head, that's similar to makurakotoba. The Hyakunin Issue is a collection of poems that expresses well what the Japanese people consider beautiful. It is clear that the Japanese have always loved nature, the 4 seasons, and love. In particular, each season has its own way of enjoying an event, such as cherry blossom viewing when spring comes, cicadas singing in summer, enjoying the autumn leaves in fall, and enjoying snow in winter. Japanese people have always enjoyed nature, such as cherry blossom viewing and moon watching. This attitude of the Japanese is expressed in the phrase Kacho Fugetsu, flower, bird, wind, and moon. And there is a value in Japan that says it is wonderful to have a relaxed and elegant mind, such as loving flowers and listening to birds singing. Today, the Hyakunin Isshu is a spotlight competition called Karuta. It has even become a club activity in high schools. This is a one-on-one competition played on tatami mats. Each player raises out cards in front of the other, listens to the first verse of the Teika poem read by readers, and takes a card in front of own side or opponent's side. When a player takes a card of the opponent's team, players send any card of their own team to the opponent's team. The winner is a player who runs out of cards in their own team. In this way, the Japanese sense of the Heian has been handed down in Japan now. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much for listening. My only hope for you is that this video helps you understand Japan well. I'll be back soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.